right, everybody, welcome to the Studying Brew, episode 1082 on this beautiful Monday evening. It is Keyword Monday. It is techniques. It is the extra edge you were looking for to pass these securities exams, the SIE, the 663, 26, 65, Series 7, 66, any of them. It doesn't matter. We're going to be looking at some quiz questions. Brandy's going to be knocking them out and showing you how to identify those keywords by you participating, because we're going to play the game that's sweeping the nation. It's called the Kona Catchphrase. But first, my name is Andy. I am the guy that answers the phone calls, text messages, all the stuff in the background. But you're not here for my secretarial work. No, you're here for Brandy. She's got her Series 6, her 63, her Series 26, 65, and Series 7, which makes her the most qualified to teach you how to pass these exams. And tonight, that is what she's going to be doing. She's going to be showing you a little trick, if you will, when you're doing these quizzes, and helping you identify those keywords. And look, when you get those keywords, those things that just stick out to help you get a right answer, that's all you need. That's all you really need. It's like only one or two phrases, or maybe it's a keyword here and there, and all you need is to see that, and then it'll help you connect the dots and get the right answer. Folks, if you are overthinking, double thinking, triple thinking yourself out of right answers and getting the wrong one every time because you overthink it, you make it a math problem when it's not a math problem, you make it a situation that's not a situation, you read into it way more than than you should. Keywords is where you need to be. You really do. You look at the keywords and you're like, well, that goes with that, just like peanut butter goes with jelly, just like tortilla goes with some beans. You know what I mean?
That's what I hear.
Not necessarily fruit. No, not always. There's somebody who's laughing right now because he knows what I'm talking about. Anyways, thank you for all the pictures, Tim, of that delicious food. I personally have never put that in a tortilla, but you know what? It works for you. It works. I haven't tried his recipes. I will try it out soon. It's pretty awesome. He made a lot of stuff, and I'll have to show you because it's all for you vegan type people.
Thank you, Tim.
But that's not where I'm getting off to. I'm getting off to the fact that we got to get some keywords. Sometimes it's the opposite. Sometimes it's a similar. Sometimes it's literally a phrase or two that's connect that you need to know, or make sometimes like, what do they call them? Flashcards?
Yeah.
And then that way you don't ever forget and you make the connection. Thank you, Brandy, for all your input right now, by the way. And that's it. So we're going to play the game. All right. If you haven't joined in with KonaButterflyz and you want to get started, look, I know I'm doing a lot of talking right now because this time of day, Brandy's already burned out. That's why I run this beautiful mouth of KonaButterflyz over here on the Studying Brew. And Brandy does all the talking during the membership and all the great stuff during the afternoon. She's teaching the all exam mastery and all that great stuff. If you missed today, it'll be out on Wednesday morning. It'll be a live drop, so you guys can all join in together and watch it together and have fun like it's a class.
Yeah.
And I will have. What is with the yeah?
Yeah. I'm agreeing with you.
Anyways, Wednesday it'll drop.
Yep.
And it'll be there, and you guys can all watch it together. We have course videos that you can get through the content really quick, and then you could get onto the live exam sessions, all member sessions, where Brandy shows you how to apply that knowledge, and that way you can get a pass. We also have small group tutoring, one-on-one tutoring, daily accountability also available. We have books also there. So if you're having a hard time with keywords and you wish we had it all written down so you could see those key securities words and how they connect together, switched it up. SIE, we have that interactive book. We also have a 63. We have a 65 that's also interactive, and a Series 26. Brandy is in the course of in the process of redoing the Series 6. So we'll have a Series 6 update hopefully by this summer.
It should take me a lot.
Oh, I thought you were going to say yeah. All right. Kona community on the Discord. We got that also. If you want to do a study session, we got some people that are meeting and doing a quiz right before the Studying Brew as it is. You just got to go on there and join in on one of those live sessions and get in there and start quizzing with them. I guess it's pretty fun.
Yep.
And they get in there on the Kona community. All you got to do is scan the QR codes, hit the links. And then we have the phone number 951-290-3077. Give me a call, give me a text. or even send me an email at KonaButterflyz@gmail.com.
Yep.
It's going to be one heck of a night.
It's gonna be amazing.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
You going to go to the next screen? I'm just waiting.
I was fine between
You are
right now.
passing out, man. SIE Live 6, we got that going on tomorrow. We have the study hall where you can quiz with Brandy. That's why she's so brown. Look at all the stuff she does during the day, plus bringing you guys some content on top of it and writing a book. So if you're like, man, I wish Brandy would talk more on the Studying Brew. Man, I wish Andy would be quiet. That's why you got to join the membership.
I got you tomorrow.
That's why you got to join the membership. The membership is all Brandy.
That is true.
No Andy. Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
Wow. So the SIE, what are we going over in there tomorrow? I knew better.
Stock.
Stock.
I was gonna say equities, stocks.
Oh no. So tomorrow you have all things stock.
Yeah.
And then the series 6, you're doing retirements and tax deferred. So if you have those struggles, you can do that. And then if you are like, man, I really didn't know a lot of things in there. Can you help me explain it? Or can I do a quiz and then let's see how I can get through that after I just learned some of that stuff? You do that in the study hall. You do that amongst yourself. And then Brandy will let you chime in and she'll help you out. And then if you really need some explanation, you really need to get guided and tutored. Guess what? If you're paying for that small group tutoring, you can be in that session and get that extra help. We have that all going on tomorrow. Plus, the Series 65 book is still alive, or is still live and ready to buy. Did I mention that? Scan the QR code, get yours. All right, let's go, Brandy. Yep. Hey, look at that. You already switched it.
I did.
All right. We are going to play the Kona Catchphrase. I'm going to read some read some answers first because I like to read the question last. And as you should learn how to do that skill because it'll help you with your quizzes because it'll start reading the questions with intent. If you are constantly reading questions over and over again, if you're constantly overthinking, if you read the dang answers first, it really helps you not overthink stuff because it can only be one thing that you're looking for in that intent. You know what I mean? Or it really helps you fight that struggle. So we start that way. Then we want you in the chat to put what you think are the keywords. That keywords could be non-securities, no vocabulary tonight. So it's all no non-securities tonight, Brandy?
Yeah, it's like the stuff that if you're like, I don't even know what this is, look for other words.
It might even be two answers have opposite of each other. Like it might just be as simple as up and down. It might even be donut equals yummy, as Eric put in there.
Yeah.
Simple stuff like that.
Set of meats.
If you are on live, put it in the chat what you think are those keywords or some of the things you're seeing. If you're at home, get a piece of paper out and you can see what we're doing here and follow along and see how you score up and see if you saw the same things Brandy did. All right, let's get through the questions, Brandy.
I got to finish writing this real quick.
Yep.
Oh, man.
D, an IPO. C, a split offering. B, a secondary offering. A follow-on offering. A follow-on offering? I've always heard of a follow-up or follow-through.
Okay, what is that?
Follow around. Never a follow-on.
Okay, but what is a follow-up?
Follow-on or follow-up? Like a follow-up with somebody on the phone.
Yeah.
Like, hey, like I met up with you earlier today. I'm going to do a follow-up. I'm going to call you up later, see how, meet up again. I don't know how you want to say it.
But after? Like what?
Yeah. But after checkup. I don't know.
Not now.
Not now.
Yeah.
Later.
Yeah.
Later.
Yeah.
You're two having on my mind later. Secondary offering. Not first. Second.
Yeah.
Second helping.
The second time.
Second time around the second. I think it's just very basic.
Yeah.
A split. Like I split some wood.
Two things.
I had one and then I cut it into two.
Yeah.
I split an apple in two. Like, you guys see what I'm doing here? I'm just looking at stuff as simple as I possibly can.
Now, I know I said no securities vocabulary, but I think
everybody knows what an IPO.
Heard what we all have heard IPO, right? Like even if you're not studying for securities, we all know what an IPO is, right?
Initial public offering.
Or how about just brand?
I was going to say something funny, but you would have jumped up.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. The ADD got to you.
It did.
I was taking too long. Everybody asks, why do you have how do you have such a quick wit? Because my wife has such ADD.
To the point.
I have 0.5 seconds to make that point. A company has existing stockholders and wants to sell more stock to the public. If new stock is made available, what type of offering is this considered?
Dang.
A company has existing stockholders and wants to sell more stock to the public. If new stock is made available, what type of offering is this considered? Well, it can't be initial.
No.
Because it's not new.
No.
I don't know about a follow on or follow, but then again, it says more.
Correct.
And it's not really a second offering.
Well, what comes after initial?
Next, follow.
If I'm doing the initial public offering is
That would
brand
be
new.
second.
No.
I'm just going to say this.
Stop me with
It's my turn to frustrate you.
See, I wrote
It's a
second.
follow.
Look at second time offering.
What's to follow?
What's the follow?
Hey, you got the goose, the mother goose.
Yeah.
The little ducklings are following along.
Yeah.
They're right behind it.
They're more issue. A mommy dog has more than one litter of puppies.
She does.
It's a follow on.
It's a follow on.
Anyway, it's a follow on.
APO.
It would be like
what would be a secondary offering?
Secondary offering would be me selling my stock to you. It's a second owner. Second time I'm offering.
So it's like a car. Like I already drove this.
A used car.
Buy it second. It's not more of my same new car.
Right. You know how like Toyota has Camrys?
Yes.
And they come out with the 2025 model.
Yes.
And then next year they can come out with the 2026 model.
That would be a follow.
Those would be like follow-ons.
Got it. That makes more sense to people. Yeah. I think.
25 model.
But if I'm selling you 26. my old car,
15 model,
a 2015 burritos
for the third time.
Burritos underneath the front seat.
Like my nephew.
It's got that stink. Like your nephew's been driving it around for a while.
Yeah.
After the gym. That's a second.
I feel bad for whoever buys that car.
Secondary offering.
Burritos. Exactly. All right.
Anyways.
Next.
D, best efforts, mini maxi.
Remember those trucks?
Nothing. I was going to say something else. C, firm commitment. B, best efforts, all or none. A, best efforts.
Better give me all or
best efforts and then best efforts, all or none.
I didn't even notice that when I answered this question.
That you didn't look at any of that?
I don't.
I see there's 3 best efforts and I see a firm commitment. That's what I see. I would have picked C.
Okay. Just
following with the theme you said, no securities.
Correct.
If an underwriter agrees to purchase an issuer's entire offering, what type of agreement has been made? Entire.
Exactly.
Yes, thank you. That is the key word.
Thank you.
Yes.
Entire offering.
Yes.
I think that's pretty committed.
Well, I would say the main key word for me would have been agrees and firm commitment. Like agrees and a commitment, firm commitment.
Okay.
Right? Agreement, firm commitment are about the same thing. C. But like I said, if I was like, I don't know what this is. C.
It's different and it goes with entire offering.
I think I would have seriously zoned out on best efforts, all or nothing. I'm like, is it best efforts or all or nothing?
So all of it, or return it all.
Anyways, D, shares are accepted on a first offered basis. C, none of her shares will be accepted. B, all of her shares will be accepted. A, an amount that's equal to the proportionate number of shares accepted. A is almost like equal.
I pulled this question. I'm gonna give you the basis of why I pulled this question.
Uh-huh.
Because this is a tested topic that never shows up on any Q bank, but is in the SIE outline.
When we say it's in the SIE outline, the SIE outline that's put together by FINRA, who has writing the SIE exam, who you are trying to pass.
Right.
So if we say the SIE outline,
Yeah,
has it.
it's a bullet point.
I can't make it more obvious.
Right.
B, all of her shares will be accepted, none of her shares, all or none, right?
Yeah,
So those are Mona's, maybe.
maybe.
Shares are accepted on a first offered basis.
Can we
First.
can we can we agree that this is about some amount of shares being accepted?
Well, if you stab me with your pencil, my pencil, and say, "Can we agree?" Yes, we can agree. If that's how you're going to make me agree, yes.
Yeah.
Stab me. An individual has made a tender
Noted.
offer.
You heard it, folks.
An individual has made a tender offer for a fixed number of shares of XYZ Corporation. If more shares are tendered than desired by the individual, a shareholder who has offered her shares will have what amount of them accepted?
It's a rough question.
It is a very wordy, weird,
Basically,
mouth gymnastics of a question.
an issuer says, "Hey, go, I want to buy 100,000 shares from all of my shareholders."
Right.
They instead get 150,000 shares offered back to them. That's too much. I can't afford that. So what do they do? Does that make sense? Is that better translation?
I think so. But it's not about me, it's about them. A shareholder who has offered her shares will have what amount of them accepted? Wanted. Look.
100K.
Got 15. Oh, 150,000.
Ah, there. I wrote it out just in case somebody didn't hear me.
Equal amount.
That sounds about right.
It would be equal.
That's it.
Basically, they're saying, here's an equal amount.
It's basically saying that I'm going to take a little from everybody instead of B, C, or D.
Right.
And again, I knew this one might have been a little rough, but
this is
we don't see this, and I wanted to bring it to your guys' attention.
After you said there was be no securities.
I know,
but did you forget?
No, kind of. It's like you got to be fair. That's what my brain said. You got to be fair. That's what I was saying. That's what I was going with. You got to be fair. Okay.
Yeah, the other ones are kind of messed up.
The other ones are messed up. Yeah.
I'm matching words with the question, ignoring the first part of the question, and only reading the last part. No securities for me.
There you go.
That's what Michelle said.
Thank you, Michelle.
She's following along with Brandy's brain.
Yeah, thank you.
Apparently.
Yeah.
The issuer must pay investors an 8-point call premium to exercise the call privilege on the bonds. C, the investor has 3 years of call protection. B, the investor will receive less for the bond if it is called than it's held to maturity. A, the issuer may exercise the call provision at any time after the 8th year. Must, may, we like a may. You said no securities.
No. We might not be able to make. I want you guys to pull identifying keywords from the answer choices. We might not be able to make a decision yet, but like anytime after the 8th year, that's a key word. 8th year.
Why does D say 8-point call?
Exactly, huh? What is
there another 8 in there?
Yeah, there is another 8.
And then I see 3 years of call protection.
3 years.
Like warranty.
Kind of.
Got 3 years on that fridge.
And then receive less. That's what I was looking at. Like those are all very identifying, like you guys should be able to make a match with what
So if they hold it all the way to maturity, they get less money?
That's what it's saying.
Okay. A sounds reasonable. A 4.65% New York City Go bond matures in 20 years.
Uh-huh.
The bond is callable in 8 years at 103. Which of the following statements is true?
I mean, people are already putting in the chat, but why, guys? Why? Why?
What in the question? What in the question?
You're absolutely right, Christopher. He said that to make it like the number thing, it has to be the number, not written out.
Got it.
And a lot of people in chat said it's eight, I mean A, because it says callable in 8 years. And it says may call anytime after the 8th year.
Right.
Isn't that the most basic? Isn't that literally what it says in the question?
It's literally reading what the question's asking you and then answering only that, not paying attention to 4.65 New York go bond. It does none of that.
Where's the 3?
Yeah.
Where did the 3 come from?
There's no, I guess they assume that you like there's some law that you have to hold it for. There's not.
There's not.
Because if there was a provision, it would have clearly stated it.
And that would be securities content.
Right.
Yeah.
And nothing with that was in there.
I want to think. I'm so sorry when I pulled these questions.
Yeah, you really did. Yeah. Nothing new issues. Nothing new issues can be purchased in the account of any client. C, the firm must conduct a background check on the customer to determine the account is eligible to purchase the offering. B, the firm must conduct an interview with the customer's employer to verify the person's financial status. A, the client must provide affirmative representation that the account is eligible to purchase the offering. So 3 are all must things you must do to get something, right? Like a background check almost, a account check. Do you have enough money? Do you have like all that stuff, right?
That's crazy.
And then D says nothing.
Right.
Nothing. New issues can be purchased in the account of any client.
Yeah.
Just like anyone, there is no hoops and ladders to go through or over.
You have to be wondering though.
What?
Why are they asking this question if that is true?
A customer wants to purchase a new equity issue being offered by your firm. If the customer has not purchased new issues in the account previously, what must first be done? So they're saying like they haven't done anything. So is there any preliminary things they need to qualify for to buy it, or there's nothing they need to do?
Right. So like sometimes I'm looking at D and I'd be like, well, the answer is D, but then I go like this. Then what's the point of this question?
Well, there has to be some sort of hoop that they want you to go through. Right?
Yeah, I think so. Sometimes when you guys start answering a lot of quiz questions, it's a something like this. What must first be done? There's a twist.
I don't think they need to interview a customer's employer.
That's crazy.
That's bananas.
Let's get out of here with that.
The client must provide affirmative representation that the account is eligible to purchase the offering. I don't know about that.
But you think the background check?
I do. Not.
Because I'm looking at.
No, I don't think so. A background check on the customer to determine the account is eligible to purchase the offering. I guess they're just assuming that see if you have any money.
But wouldn't that just be a representation?
Yeah.
A background check. I mean, can you imagine the amount of money it would cost for a firm to do background checks?
Just so you can.
That's insane.
About that either.
Plus, I didn't even notice this when I picked this or when I got this one, but these are two similars. Representation of.
That has to be A or C.
Yeah.
And we all agree D is nothing. Isn't that right?
Get out of here, D. Get out of here.
I don't know how this is not securities related.
I thought. Because I when I read it, I thought.
Let's go to the next
one. Representation was.
We'll talk about it afterwards.
Was light.
D, sales load. C, expense ratio. B, distribution fees. A, service fees. Sales load. Anybody got keywords? Service fees, distribution fees, expense ratio. Expense ratio, I always think that is like your losses and gains kind of thing. What do they call that?
Like an income?
It's just like, all the things you expense.
Distribution.
Your gains and losses, expenses. I guess. I don't know. How much it costs to do something.
Cost?
The expense of something.
To do something.
Sales load. how much load
I always
sales go to somewhere.
I know that this is not right, but I always think of sales loads as like sales charges.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm sorry, like sales tax.
Right.
It's like extra, right? That's how I always look at it.
Service fees, the fee to do the for me to do the service or something.
Yeah.
Gotta pay for it. Distribution fees. Hey, you came up with some beer, we gotta distribute. You gotta pay for all the truckers that take them all the different liquor stores.
Yeah.
Unless you want to drive everywhere.
Nah, I don't.
Even then, that's still a distribution fee.
Yeah.
To determine the amount that a fund charges its shareholders each year for operating the fund, a person should examine the to determine the amount that a fund charges its shareholders each year for operating the fund, a person should examine the service distribution fees, expense ratio.
I mean, yes, but
it's obviously the expense for operating the fund.
Thank you.
I was
operating because Andy said it costs to do something. That's called operating.
Yes.
The operating is the something.
Come on, parents, where are you at? If your kids want you to take them to the movies, what's the first thing you go?
What's the cost?
What's the cost?
What's my expense ratio on this trip?
Today, all three of you are 10. I don't care if all of you can shave and you're 25. Today, you're 10.
Yeah. Do you think I can get the 6'2" kid in for 10 years old?
10 years. Hey, no one said I had to bring a birth certificate.
True.
Just saying.
It's not Disneyland.
I think I got enough gray hair to pass as senior. Right? Anyways.
You do.
I digress. All right, everybody. Thank you. I did say me. I said I.
Eric said thanks, Granddad.
I mean, I did say I. I think
yeah, you did.
I did. I said I think I have enough gray hair to pass as a senior now.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Look, sometimes we think it's a non-securities night. Sometimes it's a little more than we thought. It doesn't matter. The point is the keywords are there. It's just connecting it in the most simplest forms and not overthinking it. Tonight, I hope you had some clarification on some stuff, at least, right? The secondary, the follow-on. I know I learned some stuff. I hope you did too. Tomorrow we have the member sessions where Brandy is straight out just teaching all by herself. No Andy, showing you how to get through exam masteries of the SIE, the 6, and then we do study hall, and then she does the tutoring to help you out with all of that great stuff. So make sure to be on. Tomorrow we have test taking techniques Tuesday on the Studying Brew. Same bat time, same bat channel. Hope to see you there. But none of that can happen without staying safe out there. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Don't touch your friend's face. That's all I know. Keep the positive mental attitude. PMA, everybody. Have a great night.
Thank you all so much for being on. We super appreciate you. Practice the Kona catchphrase in your quizzes. We will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great one.